Alright, so I'd kind of been trying to wait until the office was done to share this, but I've come to the realization that it's never going to be done. So here's the current state of development. I've got 3 curved monitors, provides about a 170-degree field of vision. They're all R1000 curved Samsung monitors. I've got a G9 49-inch super ultra wide for my center. Low latency, good for gaming, good for your primary field of view. And I've got G5s on either side, which are ultra wide. Since the aspect ratio is different, I had to do a little bit of math and found out that the same vertical real estate matches. I have Logitech just 906. Yeah, Logitech 906 speakers and sub for my sound solution. They're wired, and I like it better that way. They're mounted on 4 Elgato arms, as well as I found some scraps in the 3D printing space at college, so I kind of recycled those and made a mount for my center channel. I have a variable action button, a VAB panel over here that's programmable, so I have it set up to do a bunch of different stuff. It can either play, pause, mute, increase volume, switch to my headset, turn the lights on and off, and all the colors on top are what I can change the lights to. So if I hit red, that'll make all the lights red with the exception of the moon and the PC for now. I've still got to figure that out. I went with baseboard lighting in lieu of a floating crown molding with LED lighting. I was thinking about doing that, but cost benefit, it's just a lot easier to slap those down. Same thing with the overhead light, just LED with a API cert that goes to that, so I can control it all. I can always say, Alexa, make the office lights blue. Misspoke. And do it that way, but who wants to say that every time? You don't have to talk to her, so hit the button and it'll just make everything the right color. So on the center channel right now, it's just zip tied up with some heavy duty banding straps, but I've got quarter 20 inserts that I'm going to drill into the underside of the table with quarter 20 all thread rod and a couple pieces of aluminum. That way I'll have a nice platform for my sub to mount to. I had enough lifting capacity for my sit to stand desk. It can lift all the weight, so I said screw it, I'll put the sub on the bottom side of the table. That way I have the best sound and it lifts up. Speaking of sit to stand, this was mounted to these cabinets, but I lifted it off and modified it and mounted it to a sit to stand desk. If I hit 4, that goes all the way up, and I'll back up here, that way you can actually see what's going on, what kind of height it does. The computer build, it's in the background. Eventually it's going to move over here, and it'll just have an umbilical that runs over that feeds everything, but it is a Intel i9 12900K EVGA 3080 Ti, so it's a 3-slot card in an Meshlicious SSUP case with a Asus Z690 motherboard and some Corsair Dominator 6000 megahertz, I believe, RAM, 16 or 32 gigs. I think 32 gigs of that. Couple SSDs for my storage solution. I think I've got a few terabytes. I can't remember how many. So 3 is my sit option. I've got these floating arms here that are my armrest. So when I'm using everything, since my table is not big enough and I didn't want to have to make an entire new table just to do that. So I worked with what I had somewhat. 2 is my sit position and 1's all the way down. That's the way I have it set up, and you can also manually control it, with up and down if you want to do something in between. So if I hit play on the VAP panel, let's see.
30 flip. Captain. What is that? It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
But yeah, that's that. Over here, I also have it set up that way it can launch games or apps with the push of a button. Still got to program in some other one, as well as I can control light brightness and light color, headset on or off, or speakers, mute, play, pause, volume, and then over here, this is a modeling mouse, so I can control what I'm doing over here a little bit better. Look at whatever I'm making. Yeah, there's always something I forget. I've tried making this a few times. Oh, this light's kind of cool. Architecture light, IR sensor, so you can just wave your hand in front of it and it'll turn on or off for work light. Turn on the lights a little bit more so you can kind of see. That's roughly what I've got going on right now. Eventually there's going to be a black pegboard here that I'll use to mount some other things on. The chair, that's going to be the racing chair. This is my just normal chair. I like to sit cross-legged. It's a weird thing, but that one doesn't allow me to do it. But it's better for racing or flight sims, and that's eventually what I'm going to use this for, in addition to modeling and homework and all that jazz. So I'm gonna have a couple of fold down arms that come out from the table that will attach to the armrest points on the chair, and that'll lock it in place. That way I have a nice stable place I can sit at. And then I can mount my flight yoke or wheel right there with shifter over there. I might flip it out, I might slide it, I might just put it on the floor, who knows. But that'll be eventually what I'm doing. Everything's on these articulated arms. Yep. Still gotta do a little bit better job with the wire hiding, but that's roughly what I have going on. Yep.